In every myth, in every fairy tale, in every whisper of folklore passed down through generations, there's a thread that connects us across time and culture, a thread of wisdom. Marie-Louise von Franz, a close collaborator of Carl Jung, spent decades decoding these ancient stories. She believed, like Jung, that fairy tales weren't just children's fantasies, they were psychological blueprints, mirrors of the human soul. Jung once told her, "When you study fairy tales, you study the anatomy of man." And yet, the more she studied, the more contradictions she found. Some tales told us to fight evil, others told us to run. Some said, "Lie to survive." Others said, "Be honest even to the devil." To use the term of von Franz, this entered the rule of contradiction. For every message of morality was its own paradox in another place. At first, this disturbed her. Where was the truth? However, with time she learns this contradiction is not a fault. That is what it means to be human. Because life is never an open and shut case. We're not machines following a fixed code. We're individuals born to make choices in the middle of chaos. And if every story gave the same answer, we'd never need to think, feel, or decide. We'd never become who we are. But amidst all this contradiction, von Franz discovered one constant, a rule no fairy tale ever broke. One must never hurt the helpful animal. Strange, right? But it's not about animals. Not really. The helpful animal in fairy tales always appears at a critical moment. They guide the lost hero. They warn. They protect. And symbolically, they represent our intuition, our conscience. The quiet voice inside that tells us when something is right, even when the world screams the opposite. Jung called conscience a special kind of knowledge, a certainty about the emotional value of our actions. Sometimes it feels like a gentle pull towards something we know is right. Other times, it's a deep discomfort when we're about to go wrong. Ignore it long enough, and we suffer not from punishment, but from the slow erosion of who we truly are. But here's the problem. The voice of conscience doesn't always align with society. It doesn't always fit the rules we're taught. And so, when faced with a choice, do we obey our inner voice or the expectations around us? Most people choose conformity because it's safer, because it's easier, because it spares us the judgment of others. But inside, a quiet war begins. We may fool everyone else. We may even fool ourselves. But a whisper always remains. Something's not right. That whisper becomes shame over time, regret, a feeling of fraudulence. How evil a soul that has not saved its own. This is why you should never hurt the animal who came to help, that you should never keep quiet, because it is the compass you come in with, for your life, not with society. Still, there's danger. Not every inner voice is true. Sometimes our shadows pretend to be our conscience, false urgencies, emotional manipulations, righteousness that hides selfishness. So what do we do? Slow down. Don't act on impulse. Let the question stew in you. Let the answer rise not from fear, but from stillness. Jung often reminded people, all haste is of the devil. When you stew long enough in moral tension, something unexpected happens. A path emerges. Not the obvious one, not the easiest one, but the one that feels undeniably yours. And this is the path of the individual. The world may not understand it. People may resist it. But nothing compares to the torment of betraying yourself. As Laurens van der Post once wrote, "No man can disobey this voice and ever know peace again." So listen closely. When the helpful animal appears in your dreams, your instincts, your unease, honor it. Because that voice isn't just yours. It's the ancient, timeless soul of humanity, guiding you through the forest of contradiction toward the one thing only you can become, yourself.